Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Thursday, August 29th, 2024. This is my daily vlog, my morning ritual stand-up where I talk about what I've been doing, what I'm doing next, and how it's going. Trying to make content creation definitely sustainable. If I say that any faster, you will never even understand what the hell I'm saying. So let's just zip through that. Let's start by talking about yesterday. Good productive days. Another one of those. Lots of productivity didn't lead to a product, but really stacking me up for today and tomorrow. So, planning, writing, research, graphics, thumbnails, all that laid out and prepped for what I'm doing today and what I'm doing tomorrow. Both my Friday plays that I'm going to work on and another essay for Saturday I have stacked and ready to knock out over today and tomorrow, the next 2 days. And that required, research, that required just like, what do I want to say about that? That required looking up graphics, making thumbnails, all that fun stuff. I've mentioned before, I often start with a thumbnail because sometimes you spend an hour or so on that thumbnail if it's an important enough video that you want to make sure people see it, because if that's garbage, they'll never see the video is the problem. So I feel pretty good about how I have those set up for the next couple of days. And I'll talk about that in a second, how we're moving forward. I also had a noon meeting with my buddy over at PlayOn, the guy who works at the company that makes all these cool gadgets, the 400 Mini, the 2600 Plus, the 7800 Plus. There's a guy named Ben who's on Atari Age, who's a very, very public figure, but he and I chat periodically. But we had a voice chat, a Zoom call, I guess. It technically was a Zoom call, it wasn't Google or anything, it was on Zoom. Anyway, we had a nice discussion about where we are, the future of what they're doing, how we can plan to work together. It's really good to have partners and good friends that are in these companies that you work for, and I have a few of those in a few companies. And Ben is a fantastic guy. As I mentioned, he's very, very visible over on Atari Age, and a chance to speak with him and get to know him a little better, I think has really just solidified our little arrangement and relationship. And we could end up being good friends. He's a really cool guy to talk to. So we talked for like an hour or more. I had a really nice time with him and laid some groundwork for some stuff we'll be doing together in the future, I think. So, good use of my time. Additionally, spent some more time getting an education on the ZX Spectrum. I mentioned I'd started that. Just trying to learn a little more about its background, and I'm not trying to become an expert, but I hope to get one and review it and talk about it and spend some time making some content on it. I'd like to not be a total neophyte when I get that, so just trying to learn a little more so I can at least have a basis of knowledge. Then in the evening, yesterday, 1980s Now, got that show. We were together with live on Facebook and YouTube with Will and Kat. That episode is live, but will be edited and published on the regular feed on Monday. I also did the remaining little bit of podcast publishing tasks that I had left over for the GXG show. I got that done yesterday too. So that all leads me into today. We'll talk about that in a second. First, let's look at the stats, which are still holding well above my goals, so that's good. I have this little chart, of course, and I would like to be at or above this middle point of 50 subscribers and 10,000 views average over the last 7 days. We still have the strong weekend that's holding us up. The last few days a little bit lower, but still 11.6 thousand views and 87.5 subscribers average over the last 7 days. We're still hovering around that 100. It goes up and down, 180, 110, 60, those kind of things. So you see the average about just shy of 90. And that has brought us, of course, to another 100 milestone. Yesterday we're at 56.1, and today 56,200 and a little bit. Depending on which side of the bubble we fall subscribers, we may or may not hit another one tomorrow. If not, it'll definitely fall through the weekend, but we'll see how that goes. So let's talk about today. Pretty straightforward. I like how this week has structured. It had kind of started awkwardly, but then we had that super busy Tuesday where we had a couple of videos published, and that kind of bolstered the week. So today, of course, as I mentioned, new podcast is out. It's Thursday. That's the show that we recorded last Friday, edited together on Tuesday over Twitch. It's live now. Today, it's all about the satanic panic during the 80s. We talk about the causes of it, the legacy of it, stuff like that. Today, my number one goal is I will shoot, edit, publish to members, schedule for tomorrow, the Friday plays. I know what it is, have it laid out. As I told you, I learned about it. The thumbnail is done, all that. I think I put text on it, that's it, but everything's ready. I'll get that done today and out to members this afternoon. Then I need to work on any remaining tasks I have for another Saturday essay that I have put together. I've laid out the information and I think it's ready to record. My intention is to have it ready for for Friday to do, so for tomorrow. I think it's all written. I think I have the graphics done. I need to gather some B-roll, stuff like that. But I want to get that ready because my task tomorrow is to get that ready to publish Saturday morning, as I've done the last couple of weeks. I know I can't do that next week because next week I'm about a week out from going to RetroCon up in Oaks, Pennsylvania, where I'll be there with the crew of 1980s Now and get a chance to meet some people who are there. It's a nice thing to go to, especially after having missed the Long Island Retro. I was very disappointed in to get to go to a show before season starts to dry up, going to Oaks, Pennsylvania. I'm really looking forward to that. At the end of my day today, I have another doctor's appointment. I have to go in. I'll have to knock off a little early. It's a 4 o'clock appointment. I have to go in for an echocardiogram. That's a follow-up still for my illnesses back in July. And I expect, look, they did one before I had my surgery way back when, so I expect all I'd like to see is better, is all I hope it is. So, yeah, and that'll be my day. There's plenty to do. So in fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and get after said things to do so I can be productive, since I do have a bit of an early knockoff today. I want to make sure I get that stuff done. All right. Thank you, of course, for popping in and checking out today's vlog, if in fact you did. If you're here every day, you know I love you for that. Thank you so much for being part of this adventure with me. Have a great Thursday. Remember to do something good for yourself, and I'll talk to you again next day. Bye-bye.